I'm joined at this point by Sharmila, who's the business editor for Republic Digital. Thank you, Sharmila. And we have with us also the CEO of Go First, Kaushik Kona. Thank you. Bad day for you out there.
Very bad.
Very bad. Worst day.
Never dreamt of this. When I rejoined the Go First on 14th August 2020, the job and the target and perhaps the vision was to make the airline spring back and get 72 aircraft in operation as soon as possible. This was never thought of. Unfortunately, Pratt Whitney, the engine manufacturer, has completely deceived us. It's been a horrible story for last 3 years.
Now,
and yeah,
can I just interrupt you there? First point is, Go First is part of the Wadia group.
Absolutely.
Right. As we know, Nasli Wadia and the Wadia family are one of the biggest names in Indian business. And the owners of Britannia, why would the Wadia group face a funds crunch? Why would you just back the airline for longer? Just want to get that question out of the way.
Well, I think it's a very relevant question, and perhaps it may be in the minds of many.
Yes.
And just to give you a perspective, Wadia Group is perhaps the longest living group to the extent of knowledge which I have. It's a 287th year of existence.
Yeah.
And Wadia Group is known for the longevity of the businesses. The Britannia, which you talked about, is 103 years old.
Yes.
Bombay Dang is 150 years old.
Right.
Bombay Burma is 160 years old.
So why are you giving up on Go First?
It's not giving up. I think we are pushed to wall by Pratt Whitney. I mean,
How can you be pushed to the wall by an American company? Don't you have a contract with them?
We have contract. And we have a lot of, I would say, obligations which Pratt Whitney has agreed.
How many planes do you have?
As of now, as we speak, we have taken 56 aircrafts powered by Pratt Whitney engines. And total we have, as of now, operating around 55 aircraft.
You mean more than half your planes are grounded?
Absolutely. More than half of the planes are grounded.
But what I find bizarre here, Sharmila, is that more than half the planes are grounded, and the company which supplies the engines doesn't seem to care very much. I mean, over to you, Sharmila. I mean, I think this is a kind of unexpected crisis, not the kind we see every day. There's a bigger story here. Sharmila, over to you, if you have a question for Kaushik.
Thank you, Arnab. The question over here is that how could an American company tighten the noose on Go First over the years systematically? First, we see 7% of Go First airlines grounded, then 31% and 50% last year. So who has been watching this story? How has it progressively been affecting an airline's health? And with such a Indian aviation being such a huge success story at the moment, we are actually watching a contrast as we speak, and a slow poisoning of an airline. So has nobody been watching this dire move by an American company is the question of the hour.
Well, I fully agree. It's very important to know that Pratt Whitney is a part of a Raytheon group, yes, which is supposed to have a 150 billion market cap and a 67 billion turnover, and it's a giant, and it also has a lot of exposure into the aviation, defense aviation market. Pratt Whitney obviously is the engine manufacturer which provided us a vision that their engines are not only fuel efficient, but they are supposed to be reliable. And
what's wrong with the engines? What's gone wrong with the engines? Just in layman terms, if you can explain.
So engines are like they are failing. They are failing like it's like a pack of cards.
You don't have a warranty. I mean, just very layman terms out here, Kaushik. If I buy a car or I buy a pressure cooker, there's a warranty. Are you saying an engine of a plane carries no warranty? It's bizarre.
No, I think it's very important to know that Pratt Whitney, when it started to market these engines, they not only gave us the representation that these engines are going to last for more than 15,000 hours, they also have signed a warranty agreement with us. They also have signed a fleet maintenance program with us, which gives us right to the engines being serviceable.
So
at
why
all
don't you
times.
go and fight them?
So we actually, we thought that Pratt & Whitney being such a large organization, they would have senses that they have to perform their obligations. We continuously pestered them for last 3 years. Unfortunately, they kept on saying that, yeah, they have some issues, they are trying to do it. But finally, when they bulldozed, in the sense they did not give us the engines which are due, and even as per the contract, there are 3 things which are important. One is that they have to give the engines which are serviceable at all times. If the engines fail, they have a guarantee. And if the engines fail, they also have to supply.
Don't tell me that you have no recourse.
We have recourse, and that's what we have done. Recourse is that when we found that Pratt & Whitney is not behaving, is not adhering to any of the contractual obligations, in spite of repeated reminders, requests, we finally went into arbitration. And after long thought, after
what happened there?
Okay, it's very important to know that in arbitration, well, normally arbitration would take 1 year, 2 years, but we also found that there is an emergency arbitration process. And we
Did
were
you
very,
win or lose?
Sorry?
Did you win or lose the arbitration?
Oh, I mean, I'm very happy that we won.
And then, so then why is the plane grounded?
Okay, let me just complete on what happened. So as late as on 30th of March, we got an arbitration award, which is the emergency arbitration award, completely in our favor. And based on that, we were expecting to receive the engines as promised, as
then
part
what
of
happened?
the... unfortunately, we found that Pratt & Whitney, even after getting that award, and they themselves had given in writing to the arbitrator that they will abide by the award, started behaving to find loopholes, and therefore we again reached out to the arbitrator. He again reinforced second time.
Where was this arbitration?
It was at Singapore International Arbitration Center.
Just 1 minute, just one. You're telling me, and this is an incredible story. Incredible story. Can I just paraphrase what you're telling me? Because I have to pinch myself, Sharmila, to believe that this is actually happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Jyotiraditya Scindia should be doing something about it. I cannot believe here, you have India's 3rd largest airline, one of the world's biggest passenger markets out here. Half the engines fail, the planes are grounded, the arbitration happens, Go First wins the arbitration, not once, not twice, and Pratt & Whitney says, we don't give a damn.
Absolutely.
You can go to hell, basically, they've told you this. This is incredible. I mean, how is this company, Pratt & Whitney, operating in India, and how is Raytheon operating in India without consequences, Sharmila, for something as bizarre as this? And I don't think viewers, passengers would know the story.
Absurd, absolutely absurd.
Well, I would also...
It's absolutely absurd because Pratt & Whitney has asked Pratt & Whitney has been asked to deliver at least 10 engines by April 27th so that Go First does not crash. It's as little as 10 engines and the rest by December. And it's solely because of this non-delivery that Go First is facing this debacle today.
But you know, the question there is, Sharmila, that there has to be, we have to have some leverage as a country. We have to have some leverage as a country. If an American company treats an Indian company that has faith in it in this way, then I think it sets a very dangerous precedent. It could be Pratt & Whitney today in one sector, it could be anyone tomorrow. Do we have Group Captain Augustine with us? Because I was told he's there with us. Is he joining us? Okay, we are checking his audio, but this is absolutely bizarre. So what, Go First, aren't you going to fight back? I thought Nasli Wadia has an image of being a fighter.
He is a fighter, and he is a 79 years young fighter. And going by his name, we have already approached, not only approached for the enforcement at Delaware Court at US. In fact, I am happy to...
So are you saying you're going to fight in the US right now? You're going to fight, take the battle home to them?
Yeah. So what we have been advised is, first of all, because Pratt & Whitney chose to defy the arbitrator award, that too of the Singapore International Arbitration Center, we should enforce our rights, and therefore we have filed for the enforcement, not only at the US Delaware Court, we are also evaluating which other options we have for enforcement of this order.
We have Group Captain Augustine